Hi, I'm Queen Angela. Welcome to my Becoming Queen Angela. Coming out trans later in life. Coming out transgender later in life can be both challenging and wonderful. Coming out trans later in life is one of the most fantastic things that can happen to you. If you've suffered depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts and feelings, coming out is one of the best things that can happen to you. Have you suffered from alcoholism, anxiety, depression, things like that? Coming out trans later in life can solve all these problems. Coming out trans and even getting bottom surgery is one of the best things that you can do. I haven't gotten bottom surgery yet, but I've started hormones. Hormones have helped me reach my feminine feelings. I intend to get electrolysis on my face to remove the 5 o'clock shadow on my face. I intend to fix my skin. My hair has become softer. My face, the fat deposits on my face have begun to change so that I have a more feminine face. I've been on hormones for 5 months now, and my voice hasn't changed. My voice will never change on hormones. Your voice doesn't change. Like and subscribe to my video, as I will be putting out more videos. You'll see at least 30 videos by the end of September of 2021. I will have many videos about transgenderism. You'll see videos about transgenderism and mental illness. I've suffered mental illness as caused by transgenderism. I'm not, transgender is not a mental illness. However, transgenderism can cause mental illness due to the stigma and the suffering and the depression and the anxiety that being transgender can cause. And it can cause such stress that it causes mental illness. I have schizoaffective disorder, bipolar type, now partly due to being transgender, partly due to other things and stressors in my life. I had a horrible divorce in my early teens. I also was with a woman who went through a divorce while I was with her. You can read all about it in my book, Becoming Queen Angela. I also became addicted to alcohol, which further became addicted to other drugs. I ended up becoming a criminal. This, I believe, was due to try to ruin my name. It went by Michael. I was growing up in a small town. I was a political science major in university. And in order to rid myself of the name Michael and my last name, which I went by at the time, I had to hide my name, my whole identity. I wanted to become out trans. I had an entire mental breakdown, and I ended up becoming a criminal in order to hide my entire identity. This is similar to the Caitlyn Jenner story, where he was a world-class athlete, and he had to ruin his identity to come out as Caitlyn and become a she, and he felt like he had to do that in order to become Caitlyn Jenner. You need to read my book if you want to fully understand the story. However, this is difficult to understand if you don't understand being a transgender. The phallus plays an important role in human psychology. The phallus was something like this. The phallus is a shape like this, which is important in human psychology. The men are considered this, whereas the woman is that. A man will be symbolized by that, whereas a woman is being that. A man will be wanting to be held by that, whereas a transgender female to female will wish to not be gripped and held by that. So he wishes to be castrated in order to have that removed, in order to become that. Whereas a woman who wants to become a man wishes to have this covered and be this in order to gain the power of the phallus. This is the understanding I've learned from Lacanian theory. I believe his name is Charles Lacan. It may not be Charles, but it's Lacan. Lacan theory, Lacanian theory, Lacanian theory. He's the next Freud, Freud. Freud believed that transgender were homosexuality homosexuals repressed homosexuality. The Lacanian theory believes that a demand for a cut of the body that would subtract a privileged piece of flesh from the other. Lacan famously defines an anxiety of lack. This anxiety comes from the anxiety that we transgenders face. Distress and impairment considered essential characteristics of mental disorders among transgender individuals primarily arises in response to discrimination, stigma, lack of acceptance, and abuse many face and unfortunately regularly bear. This is from Psychology Today. Transgenders often suffer from depression, anxiety, and suicidality. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and like and comment in the comment section. Make sure you check out my book, Becoming Queen Angela, and make sure you comment. Some of the other interesting facts I've found about transitioning may be an attempt to reclaim the body and regulate the phallus. 53%, 3 million Americans waited until age 50 to come out as being gay. And yes, coming out trans later in life. Yes, you can have the same access to the same medical and non-medical gender affirming procedures as people are trying to get transgender procedures for coming out earlier in life, coming out trans later in life. How do you know if you're trans? Well, the wrong pronoun is being used for you. When people are calling you she and you feel like you're a he, or if people are calling you he, people are calling you she. Or if you feel like you're in the wrong body. For example, if you're a he and you feel like you're a she, or if you're a she and you feel like you're a he. There's tons of lots of information that I can give you. Now, there's other questions you might have, like after bottom surgery, what does it smell like? What does it taste like? Well, it actually smells exactly like a woman, a real woman. This is because the pre-cum that a man has is what becomes the lubrication fluid for the new vagina, and that mixed with the sweat of the new vagina ends up smelling exactly like a regular woman, because the pre-cum is the same fluid that a real woman would have. So it ends up smelling and tasting exactly like a real woman. Do I like having anal sex? Well, yes, I have a prostate. If you've ever heard of prostate orgasms, they can be good. So I've actually never had a prostate orgasm, however. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe. Becoming Queen Angela by Angela Shrigley. Like and subscribe to my channel. Coming out trans later in life.